BKSB is a system that works out where your strengths are for maths and English and highlights specific areas where you can improve. When you first start working with us, you'll receive an email from BKSB with your login name and a link asking you to reset your password. To log in, you will need your username and the new password that you have chosen. When you first log in, you'll be asked to read and sign the license agreement to use BKSB. Now we can get started. First, click on Focus Functional Skills, then we can choose to look at either the Maths or English course. It will then suggest completing the initial assessment or the diagnostic assessment. We prefer you to do the initial assessments first and to work through the different questions, reading them carefully. The questions will be presented in different ways. Some questions ask you to click and highlight different sections, some ask you to type something. It's best to take your time here and to do it right to give an accurate result and to save time later on. Once the initial assessment is complete, it will give you a result. The next step is a diagnostic. This is the most important part of BKSB, as this assessment breaks down each part of the Maths and English subject into different categories or mini-subjects and identifies your strengths and any areas you might need support with. Again, read the questions carefully and take your time to get an accurate result. At the end of the diagnostic assessment, it will give you a report. We recommend that you print this as a PDF and label it to use as evidence for your course. Now when you view each course, it will give you an overview and a grade for each section. The grades are from lowest to highest, Entry 1, Entry 2, Entry 3, Level 1 and Level 2. A score of E 2.6 is quite low, but a score of L 2.9 is the highest that BKSB can record. At this stage, we can work through mini e-learning sessions to improve on the areas that we are weakest at. Click on the recommended resource and work through one or two of these short modules. These modules will include a short session with an introduction, then a range of activities on the subject. BKSB will also show you where you've got it right and where you may have made an error. It is best to stick with just one subject each month for both Maths and English to help you develop your skills, rather than working through everything in one go. And you don't even need to complete BKSB throughout your course, it's just there to help you develop. At the end of the lesson, you may also click on a skills check to test yourself. Once all the modules and skills checks for a subject are completed, your coach may set you a higher level to continue your development. Also, if you find yourself running out of time in the day, you can exit at any point and BKSB will save your progress. To summarise, please complete your diagnostic assessment to show your strengths and areas you can improve. Work through at least one Maths and English subject each month. And finally, don't forget to take a screenshot each month to show how you've progressed.